liberty, money, art, music, and wine. The traveller gives his name at the gate, Georg Friedrich Handel, 18, from Halle, looking for work as musician, teacher. The streets are ill-paved, narrow and crowded, but the people cheerful, industrious, free. The main business is commerce and drinking, Rhenish wine. I think I will like it here. The Magdalena Kirche, July the 9th, 1703 it was, wasn't it? In the organ loft, Johann Matteson. Good to meet you, friend. Georg Friedrich Handel, escaping a career in the law. You too. A job in the opera orchestra. I play the organ, harpsichord, yes, violin. And so it began. Do you remember we took a boating trip on the river? The sun was shining high in the heavens. The ducks were comical. So was your hat. No, you sit down. Let me. I have the knack. Oh, let go of the pole. You'll upset the punt. We shall end up walking underwater. What would it be like to walk underwater and walking on the surface of the moon? The carp were blowing bubbles. You said they looked like Arnold, the pastry cook's son, when pumping the organ bellows for us. Was his name Arnold Storm? What was that? How did it go again? You said you know nothing of melody. Well, you know even less of counterpoint. You called me a barrel-bellied bullfrog. Oh, yes. Better than a fat camel face. She'll never fall for you with those features, the virtuous Margareta Buxtehude. The apprenticeship was conditional, you recall, on marrying that fair maid, the daughter of the organist at Lübeck. How certain you were she would prefer you. Composer, conductor, opera star, tutor to Cyril, son of Sir John Wyke. Agreeing, since you thought you could never lose, that you would only play the harpsichord, leaving me to dazzle on the organ. Ah, excellent. I thought it's in the bag. Then we arrived in Lübeck. Remember? And far from being fair, she was a hog. A wall-eye, crooked teeth, forearms like hams. I retire from the fight. You can have her. No, Handel, my dear chap, no. You need this position far more than I. Besides, I have an understanding of sorts with an English girl, one Catherine Jennings, which I confess till now had slipped my mind. Oh yes. Don't be glum. Beauty is but skin deep. I'm sure she is a maid of great virtue. Huh, with looks like that, what choice would she have? No, you take her. It's you that's won her heart. She's casting glances over at you, though I grant it is fairly hard to tell. No, I don't want her. She's yours, I say. Why must you always fight, always the same arrogance outweighed only by conceit? As in the orchestra the other day. Not enough that you write the damned opera, you conduct and play Mark Antony too, but once you've fallen on your sword and died, you have to come and take my place as well, snatching my hands off the harpsichord thus. No, I'll have none of it, I tell you. How dare you, sir? Outside the theatre, now! On guard! We'll settle this once and for all! Your sword shattered in pieces. My button was hardier than your sword. Your face, saved by a button. Me from being mincemeat, you a murderer. Now, I'll keep the harpsichord, you take the girl. No, I don't want her, she's yours, I tell you. Take the job and her fat hand in marriage! Let's forget the ugly sow. Tell you what, we should send her the pastry cook's son. A handsome couple they'd make, Margareta and... The name Arnost keeps coming back to me. Was his name Arnost, or... We teased him so, didn't we? He had buck teeth, I remember, and a scar on the back of his hand in the shape of a sunburst. A burn from a pan of hot water when he... Hot water, soaps and towels. And he loved mice. Kept them in his pockets and fed them crumbs of pastry. He smelled of yeast and mouse droppings. We found a dead mouse in the kitchen trap, remember? Peeled the lid off a pie and put it inside when Cook wasn't looking. She baked it. Then we took it up to the loft. Yes, it must have been the organ loft. And we shared it with Arnost after service one Sunday. My God, that's your mouse, Arnost. Looks just like it. His face turned white as raw pastry. Then he cried, all over a little mouse. You laughed. I told you to stop. Stop! Stop, Matthew! Mutterson! Yes, that was it. Squirreled in the attic. 8. I'm 8 years old. Amongst apples and dust, fingers bruisy with ink, spidering music onto scraps of paper. One by one the leaves fall, shedding like the autumn beach at the bottom of the garden. A noise outside. Booted footsteps cross the courtyard. A knock on the door below. Voices. Shh. Outside. On the ledge. I hug the chimney. The tang of soot and pork dumplings hits the back of my throat. 2 men below. Uniforms. You walk between. Turn back to the door. You don't look up. You wave, and then you're gone. Gone. I run. The stairs clatter a rhythm underfoot. Boom, 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 boom. The floor tiles clack, 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 clack. The cobblestones flash.
Come back! George! Come back!
No! Father, where are you going? Wait for me! I run, dodging through the crowd, pushing past bodies. You're turning the corner now. My chest is bursting. Father, I can't reach you. Blood in my mouth. Salt in my eyes. Don't leave me, Father! Father!